going to the UK because Sheffield United's Enda Stevens is with us on the line. Good morning to you, Enda. How are things?
I'm good, mate. You?
Not too bad, thanks. So, what is the state of play there at the moment? Is there training this morning as a Sheffield United footballer, or how are you getting on?
No, this morning we had a meeting on Friday, obviously, when everything was announced, and then we had the Saturday, Sunday, and today off. I think we're back in training Tuesday. I think the academy and all that have been sent home, and it's literally just the first team lads, players and staff that are allowed in the building. So I think we're going to try to treat it as normal as we can for the week with training and that.
I presume that's just because of the fact that you're very much operating under the premise that football will be back at the start of April, because that is what they have said at the moment.
Yeah, we've got to aim for that. We've got to plan for that. So we don't want to have a week, 2 weeks off, and then all of a sudden it comes back on and we won't be prepared. So the manager kind of wants to keep us prepared, and we've done all the health checks. I think they've disinfected the whole building and that. And we're trying to do our best to be isolated in the training ground as much as you can.
What was said in the meeting on Friday? Was the mood very calm? Was it composed? Was it a sense that things will be all right and we will be back out in the football pitch soon?
Yeah, I think so, because it was more kind of early days with it. But over the weekend, you kind of see the news breaking of more and more cases and that. And it's a bit surreal, but we still have to kind of plan for that the league kicking back in April. If it does, we want to be prepared, and if it doesn't, we really don't know what to be thinking.
Absolutely. I can completely see why you would need to be keeping on top of things, keeping on top of training, because that is the message that has been handed down. At the same time, is there any doubts in your mind at all because of the fact that other teams within Sheffield United Football Club have been told to stay at home, have been told to go home, and that you're the only lads actually going to be in the training ground?
Yeah, it's a bit. I don't know. It's hard to kind of believe all the stuff that's actually happening. We haven't actually been in the training ground yet, so I think further down the line, especially coming up to the weekends, we'll be thinking like, this is a bit crazy. I don't know. We just need to take every precaution. And as a club, they've kind of made that decision to just kind of disinfect the whole building, send as many people home as they can, and then just keep it a tight little community in the training ground.
Would you usually be training on a Monday morning? Is it already a precaution to actually push it back to tomorrow?
Sorry, could you say that again?
Would you usually be training right now? Is it already a precautionary step to not have training on a Monday morning?
I don't know, to be honest with you. We were due to train this morning.
Okay, right.
And we just received a text yesterday to say I think they just changed the schedule around. I think we'll go, instead of having Wednesday off, I think we'll just go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday training. So I just think they changed the schedule around rather than being a precautionary like.
Yeah. It probably helps as well to just have an extra day to see if there is any movement, because I think if you compare the situations, and I'm sure you've been communicating quite a bit with people at home, and it is a vastly different situation in the UK and how the UK government are handling it compared to the Irish government. And as we've already established here, Sheffield United have to operate under what they're being told, but it is different to what people are being told here when it comes to even GAA clubs and football clubs to not train collectively, to stay at home, and that is a different message that you guys are being given in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, I think, well, from what I know, I think the League of Ireland is completely shut down. I was speaking to my friend at Bowes, and he's been given his GPS units and that to do his own training and to stay fit, but I don't know, it's just I'm not really want to delve into it. I just got to go by what my manager thinks and what the club think, and we've got our doctors on hand, and he seems to think we'll be fit and able to contain it within ourselves, within the training ground, and we've got to believe in that and back him.
Outside of Sheffield United, then, what is the mood like in the United Kingdom?
I don't really know. I've been kind of just self-isolating myself, me and my girlfriend, my little baby, so we haven't really been going outdoors, really, meeting people or meeting up with lads or anything like that. I think the first time I'll see people from the team and really outside will be tomorrow in training.
Yeah, so there hasn't been too much socialising outside of your house or anything like that. Is there any concern at all about what's happening in the likes of Chelsea with Callum Hudson-Odoi obviously testing positive, Mikel Arteta at Arsenal testing positive, that this isn't something that footballers are going to be immune from? And like you mentioned, your family and things like that, this is something that if you go into a collective training session and somebody is carrying the virus without knowing it, there are obviously wider implications for that and serious dangers for that.
Yeah, I think if anyone is to show symptoms, that they're not to show up. We've had that meeting on Friday. So if there was anyone with the symptoms, or they just got to speak to the doctor, and the doctor will say stay away for the necessary time and that. But I think a few lads have been tested, and we haven't really seemed to have that kind of one which has had the coronavirus just yet.
Mm. Would you be able to keep yourself ticking along nicely at home if you were told to stay away from the training ground over the next few weeks? Is there a good home fitness regime that you have?
Well, it's difficult for me because I'm kind of nursing a bit of an injury at the minute, so I kind of need to be in the training ground, like get me rehab and being with the physios. So that's where it kind of comes a bit difficult. But I'm pretty sure plenty of lads will be. I think plenty of lads today with the day off will probably be out going for a run themselves. But they struggle to go to public gyms because they're probably one of the worst places where you can probably get the virus, and swim pools and that. So it's a difficult one, but it's one that me personally I prefer to be in the training ground, training and that. If that is possible, if it puts us at less risk in any way possible, I'd rather be in the training ground.
Enda, this has obviously escalated rapidly over the past few days, but we actually had your manager, Chris Wilder, on the show on Thursday, and at that stage I was asking him about whether or not he would prefer to see games played behind closed doors or whether he'd just prefer to have the season postponed. And at that stage he was talking about having the season postponed, that like football is all about the supporters. With the situation we're in now, and I don't think anybody expects supporters to be able to return, would you be happy to play games behind closed doors? One of the options that's been put out is maybe the season will be just voided completely and everyone goes back next August, the 22-team league. Have you any opinion on what should happen next?
I'm not too sure. The one you don't want to be playing games behind closed doors because you wouldn't miss that fan interaction and that. And obviously everyone understands the risks that come with it. But in terms of like avoiding the league, I think you kind of have to get to that stage. Let's see how the next 3-4 weeks is going to be. Let's see what comes of it. But I don't know. It's a hard decision to make because it's surreal for us, you know. We're just used to training during the week, and then we look forward to our games, and we have nothing to look forward to at the minute, like a lot of people. So I think we just got to kind of let it get to that and just see how we get on.
Yeah, there is also probably, I'd assume, the mental health aspect of it as well, and having the routine of going into training, and then also the fitness that comes with it. I know obviously you're carrying a knock at the moment, but that being taken out of your life at the moment, that will provide its own sort of mental challenges over these next few weeks, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'd be tough. It'd be a bit stressful, you know, because you'd be kind of stuck at home. You're used to getting out and getting just being in an environment with a lot of good lads and good friends and that. And you kind of need that. The worst thing that could probably come of it is that you have to self-isolate for a long time, and maybe it'd be a bit torture, like, you know. But as I said, if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. Obviously, this is going to get a lot worse before it gets better, and we've got to kind of do our best to contain it.
It's obviously more than likely at this point. I think it'll be an absolute shock if the playoff against Slovakia were to go ahead anytime soon. It's going to be a situation where it gets kicked down the line quite a bit. Who knows when that game is going to be played. In terms of that, is it something you've considered at all, that this opportunity to play in the Euros this summer is now going to have to be kicked back a little bit, or are you just focused on Sheffield United at the moment?
I haven't really been doing much thinking about that because obviously everything's just come at once, you know. It's trying to get your head around the Premier League being cancelled, and obviously we've been fighting for like European places and that, and everything's just been put on hold, and it's all just kind of hit you at once, and it's hard to kind of hasn't really, well, it's sunk in, but I think over the next week and two weeks it'll really sink in. And I don't know. It's the not knowing is kind of what's killing us. I think it's killing everybody. We kind of just want to know what's the best thing to do and how quick can we get over this.
Has there been word from the Republic of Ireland management at all, just to sort of, similar to Sheffield United, stay on your toes in case this thing does go ahead, as unbelievably unlikely as that is at the moment?
No, not really, because I don't think they expect it to be going ahead.
Yeah.
We just had our meetings with Sheffield. We've had a couple of briefings even before Friday. We've had briefings throughout the weeks, and just like obviously washing your hands and keeping as clean as you can, and that's all we kind of have. I think we probably be expected to have a lot more meetings now over the next week and be filled in a lot more. I don't know. I think there might be a meeting going on with the Premier League to discuss things, and we'll have to go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, Enda, it's been great chatting to you. Thanks a million for taking the call, and stay safe over there. I wish you all the best.
Cheers. Thanks.